All right, The Mandalorian just keeps getting better. We are on the second episode of The Mandalorian Season 2B, also known as The Book of Boba Fett, Episodes 5 and 6. So Episode 6 of The Book of Boba Fett is essentially yet another Mandalorian episode. Chapter 5, Episode 5, was the return of the Mandalorian and was essentially entirely focused on Mando and his adventures, which was great. It was really interesting. I really enjoyed it. It was the best episode of the Book of Boba Fett so far because it was a stealth episode of the Mandalorian. And now in episode 6, we have another essentially Mandalorian themed episode, though this goes into much more like many more characters, a more ensemble cast, I should say. So I want to focus on a certain aspect. I'm just going to go over kind of the episode really briefly, like recap kind of the big broader stroke stuff, and then just talk about one thing that really hit me in the feels, because this was a profoundly beautiful and moving episode for me, and I was surprisingly emotional watching it. I think I'm probably just also going through some stuff in my life right now that leaves me a little more vulnerable to swells of emotion, but that's neither here nor there. I'll leave that one be. Basically, we have, and spoilers, lots and lots of spoiler alerts right now, but we have, a few different characters that come back from The Mandalorian and elsewhere. We have Cobb Vanth, played by Timothy Oliphant, who is, the Raylan Givens of Tatooine. He gets in a squabble with some, not a squabble, but like a standoff with some Pike Syndicate thugs, shoots a few of them, and then later gets into a gunfight with the notorious bounty hunter Cad Bane from the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch, one of the most badass, wicked, evil, horrifying bounty hunters in Star Wars, unlike Boba Fett, who is a kindly old grandpa now. Spoilers, things don't go well for Cobb Vanth. As badass as he is, as fast a draw as he is, Bane is faster. I'm not sure if Vanth is dead, but it's not looking good. But really, sort of the most important parts of this episode are, well, Mando goes to bring his gift to Grogu. Grogu is training with Luke Skywalker on a forested planet, a beautiful green planet, where Luke is building his Jedi Academy. Also on this planet, we have R2-D2, and we have Ahsoka Tano, played by Rosario Dawson. So Mando goes and he meets up with R2 and eventually with Ahsoka, and he wants to bring this gift to Grogu, but she tells him that he really shouldn't, because seeing him would disrupt the training that Luke has been helping him with, and could completely ruin it in a lot of ways, because Grogu's already had to sort of give up this attachment to his loved one, and now he would have to, reattach. It would just screw everything up. Now, I think this is slightly unfair because Luke has plenty of people he has attachments to. He has loved ones and friends and family. He has Leia. He has Han Solo, Chewbacca, R2-D2, C-3PO, Lando. Lots of people that he cares about, who he would fight and die for, and yet poor Grogu is not allowed to see Papa Mando, played by Pedro Pascal. Now, I get it in a way. He's a young apprentice, and so this is the time when it's more important than ever to sort of give up his attachments. On the other hand, doesn't Luke sort of prove that that's not true? Isn't sort of the point of all of these Star Wars movies up to this point that learning to be one with the Force and to be a powerful Jedi does not require you to give up all attachment? I don't know. That's something to think about and to discuss. In any case, we'll set that aside because that's not the point of this video. What I want to talk about is the scene where Luke is training Baby Yoda, Grogu. My God. First of all, major props to Industrial Light and Sound, to Lucasfilm, to all the special effects artists and just wizards there, because Luke Skywalker looks just like freaking young Mark Hamill in Return of the Jedi. I thought they did a pretty good job at the end of The Mandalorian Season 2, but this is just light years better. He looks so natural. He looks so real. He sounds real. He moves real. The trickery is there, but it's just getting better and better to the point where I think, well, they could make a Thrawn trilogy. They could make movies about the Thrawn trilogy and have this version of Luke be the lead protagonist. I mean, they could do a live action show on Disney Plus. I mean, whoa. But anyways, for me, it was like, here we have Luke training Baby Yoda, and it was like going back to Dagobah for the first time, being with Luke as he meets Master Yoda for the first time, running through the swamps with Yoda on his back. Yoda, not yoga, Baby Yoda, doing yoga with Yoda. It could be a thing. But, Luke even quotes the do or do not, there is no try, right back at Baby Yoda. And it just, I don't know, it was just a beautiful moment. I got really emotional. I got teary. I felt like a kid again. I felt like we could just skip all the bullshit between, the original trilogy and Right Then and The Mandalorian, which feels like the truest follow-up to the original trilogy of anything that's been created since, including the prequels. I would say including the Clone Wars show, even though that's a really good show. Because that's so attached to the prequels, I always sort of have felt a little standoffish. And that's no ding to Dave Filoni or any of the people making that show. It's just that a lot of the things introduced in the prequel trilogy, like the droids and a lot of the battle droids and stuff, they annoy me. So I've always had a kind of a mixed relationship with that. But I love The Mandalorian, and I love where this episode went, and it felt like we could just ignore all the culture war drama, all the people who hated The Last Jedi and who loved The Last Jedi, and made your opinion and feelings about The Last Jedi be a marker of your social worth and your social signaling and all of that. Like, look, The Last Jedi had a lot of problems, but it also had some good things. It was just like the rest of the sequel trilogy. It was a really mixed bag that really fell short of what we were all hoping for, but didn't get everything wrong. And also, who cares? It's just, I just, at a certain point, you just want to love Star Wars again. And this scene really made me feel like I could just let all of that go and just love Star Wars again. And that's how The Mandalorian makes me feel. But I think this was sort of a profoundly, I don't know, cyclical, we've come full circle in a way with Luke training Baby Yoda, and it just brought a lot of the feels to me, and I loved it. And now we have, of course, Luke making Grogu choose between the Beskar mithril mail chain vest and Yoda's lightsaber. Basically, are you going to go with Mando, or are you going to stay with me and learn to be a Jedi? You may never see Mando again because you live hundreds of years and he'll be dead before you know it. But then again, if you go off with him, the same thing will happen. He'll die while you're still young, and you won't have learned to be a Jedi. So that's a terrible choice he's giving him. But I'm dying to know what he chooses. I think he should choose the lightsaber and become a Jedi. But it's sad. Papa Mando will be sad. Wonderful episode. I really loved it. It really got me in here, and I'm excited to see what happens in the 7th episode. I will say 4 episodes deep into the Book of Boba Fett, and I was thinking, damn, this show is just not going anywhere. I am not interested. I don't care. What a disappointment. And then as soon as they pivot into Mandalorian territory, and it's like, pow, so freaking good. So I'm excited. I'm excited that we have the finale coming up soon, and I really, really, really am excited for The Mandalorian Season 3, for the Ahsoka Tano show, for Obi-Wan show, and all of that. So let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments. Thank you for watching. May the Force be with you.